Everyone, welcome back. So we are going to continue with the place where we left on. So we earlier were discussing on EC2 instance, which is used for creating virtual servers. In the previous one, we learned about what are the endless possibility EC2 bring us on our plate and how we can discard our on-premise and can shift to virtual servers, right? So in the last video, at the end of the video, I discussed about there are seven types of instances: general purpose, compute optimize, memory optimize, acceleration computing slash GPU, storage optimize, high memory optimize, and the last one previous generation. So earlier I just mentioned the types, and today we are going to go do a deep dive on all of the seven, right? So yeah, let's start with the actual video. And before proceeding forward with general purpose, I would like to first throw some light on the naming convention, right? So, like in the previous video, we launched a EC2 server with T2 micro instance type, right? So, how do that naming convention work, right? So, basically, let us break it down. So, let's take an example of M5 2x large, right? So, here M stands for the instance class, as you can see here. 5 stands for fifth generation, just like we have Intel Core, fourth generation, fifth generation, seventh generation, just like the same, we have uh, the fifth generation over here, right? And the last one is 2x large, which indicates the size within the instance class. All right. So that was all the about the naming convention in AWS EC2. All right, let's start with the first instance type, that is general purpose. So basically, general purpose instances are mostly used for testing and development purpose. Okay, although it don't provide very high flexibility to us, but it is actually used for testing few of the things. For example, here we have two sort of categorizations, that is T instances and M instances. However, earlier there used to be three categorizations in general purpose, that and it used to be A instances, T instances, and M instances. But as of now, if you can go into Amazon's website, you can see there are only two sort of categorization, that is M series and T series, right? So yeah, coming back, let's start with T instances or T series. So what T series is used for? So T series instance type are actually ideal for applications with variable workloads that can tolerate temporary fluctuations, right? And here the best example would be web servers or small database that you might be working into. Now moving forward with M series, right? M instance type. So there are multiple types in M series, that is M7G, M7i, M7i Flex, M7a, MAC, M6G, M6i, M6in, M6a, M5, M5n, M5zn, M5a, M4, right? So what N instances are actually useful for? So these are ideal for small and mid-sized databases, which requires data processing tasks and also sometimes require additional memory for backend services, and those are actually used for enterprise application. All right. So yeah, let's move forward with the second sort of instance type, that is compute optimized. So as the name suggests, compute meaning there will be intensive computing and it will require higher performance, right? So let's see the categorizations of compute instances. So the good thing here is there is only C series, and this is the only instance type where you can see only one item is there, right? So C type of instances include C7G, C7GN, C7i, C7i Flex, C7a, C6G, C6GN, C6i, C6in, C6a, C5, C5n, C5a, and C4. So basically, these instances offer high ratio of compute power to memory, which provides significant compute power, right? And many compute optimized instances provide enhanced network performance, which is beneficial for applications that require high bandwidth and low latency. The best example it would be gaming server. Let's say you are playing Valorant and you might be getting you if you get any sort of bug, right, you won't use it, right? So these are actually ideal for C sort of instances. Okay, let's move forward with the next one, that is memory optimized. Okay, memory optimized meaning it has something to do with memory, right? So basically it gives us high performance in databases, and it would be the input output operation mostly. So it is categorized into multiple sort of instances. The first is R instance. which include R8G, R7G, Ri, Riz, R7A, R6G, R6I, R6IN, R6A, R5, R5N, R5P, R5A, and R4. So these instances offer high memory to CPU ratio, providing the memory resources to applications that need large data set in memory. Okay, now move forward with X instances. So there is X2GT, X2IDN, X2IDEN, X2IENZN, X1 and X1E. And these are suitable for enterprise workloads such as SAP and ideal for large scale memory intensive applications that require terabytes of memory. Okay, moving forward with Z1D instance, and it is suitable for applications that need both high compute performance and large memory such as electronic design and relational database workloads. Okay, yeah. Now let's move forward with accelerated computing, which is ideal for application which involves high graphic processing and require high computational power. Okay, so let's see the categorizations of it. The first is P instances, which consist of P5, P4, P3, P2. So in P instances, GPUs are optimized for machine learning and deep learning, which are and it is ideal for the application which requires parallel processing. The second is G instances, which consist of G6, G5G, G5, G5-4DN, G4AD, and G3. These GPU are optimized for graphic intensive applications such as 3D rendering, video transcoding, and game streaming. Okay. The next one is INF instances. So it consists of INF1 and INF2. So these instances feature AWS Infinity chip designed for high performance ML interfaces, and it is ideal for deploying machine learning model at a scale for real-time predictions. Okay, for example, ChatGPT. The next would be F instances. So F instances consist of just one element, that is F1, and these instances are equipped with the FPGA, which is known as field programmable gate arrays, and that can be customized for specific workloads which are suitable for application requiring custom hardware acceleration such as genomic research, financial analysis, and real-time video processing. Okay. Next is T instances, which stands for TRN1, and basically the TRN name is coming from Trainium chip, which is powered by AWS, and it is ideal for high performance deep learning. Okay, and the next would be D instances, that is DL1 and DL2Q. Okay, so DL1 is powered by Habana Labs, which is a former company of sorry, not a former company, which is the company, which is a company related to Intel company, and it delivers up to 40% better price performance for training deep learning models compared to current generation GPU based EC2 instance. All right, so DL stands for deep learning training. All right, and second is DL2 Cube, right? And it is a Qualcomm AI100 accelerator and can be used to cost effective deploy a machine learning model. The last is VT instance, which is of type VT1. It is designed to deliver low cost real time video transcoding, which is support up to 4K HD UHD resolution. Example, YouTube videos. Next is storage optimize. So storage optimize basically is used for websites such as Spotify, where user are uploading the data, where the user are retrieving the data, where the CRUD operations have been happening. So at that specific use case, we may use storage optimize. So it is designed for workloads that require high sequential read-write access to large data set on local storage. So let's see the categorization. The first is I instance, which consists of I4G, IM4GN, IS4Gen, I4I, I3, I3EN. Okay, these instances offer non-volatile memory express, which is also known as NVMe SSD backed instance. It is ideal for transactional database, NoSQL database, and data warehousing. All right. Let's come to D instances. So D instances consist of D3, D3EN, and D2. These instances offer high density HDD storage optimized for sequential input output performance. It is suitable for data warehousing, Hadoop distributed computing application, which requires high sequential input output. The next one and the last one is H instances, which consist of H1. These providers consist high definition storage, high density storage, which are optimized for throughput instance workload. Right? Let's see high performance instance. which is also known as HPC. High performance compute instance are ideal for applications that benefit from high performance processors such as large complex simulations and deep learning workloads. Okay, and high performance instances are categorized into HPC 7G, HPC 7A, HPC 6ID, and HPC 6A. So it is specifically designed for HPC workloads, high performance compute workloads with high performance, high memory bandwidth, and enhanced networking. It is very much ideal for weather forecasting and DNA sequencing and risk analysis. So it is used in multiple sectors. The next and the last is the previous generation instance. So basically, there is a misconception related to previous generation instance that people are saying that previous generation instance are being discarded by AWS. However, there is no such recent documentation present over the internet. Basically, whatever I have added over here is completely coming from AWS documentation and from the official sources, which you will be getting in the video description. So what actually is previous generation instances? So basically it's the older instance type that AWS continues to support but are not on the latest version. These instances offer provide cost-effective solution for workloads that don't require most recent hardware features. Okay. All right. So that was all about the seven type of instances we see. Okay. Now there is one mind map which I have created. So based on the instance type and the series, for example, in general purpose, we have M and T series. For compute optimized, we have C series. For memory optimized, we have RxZU series. In storage optimized, we have IDH series. And in the accelerated computing, we have PGI, INFD, DFTVT. Okay, so this is a short mind map which I have created, and also something I have been taking from the different sort of documentation. So yeah, it is coming and compiling into one sort of notes, right? It would be easier for you to learn and understand. However, I believe it is difficult to remember all of them, and it is not mandatory you need to remember everything. You just need to be clear what general purpose is used for, what compute optimized is used for, what's the use case for memory optimized, storage optimized, accelerated computing. You need to be clear about what was the previous generation instances, right? So if you're clear on that thing, then resting is already available on the internet and you can directly get it from there. Now, the last and the best part of this specific video is we have a summary where we have everything jotted down in one place. So what general purpose instance is? It is ideal for web servers, which is used for development and other common application. Now, common compute optimized, it is ideal for computing applications, right? Which require high computing and acceleration. Second is memory optimized. It is ideal for applications that need great memory to run the application. For example, big data analysis and Hadoop. The next one is accelerated learning. It is ideal for applications that require parallel processing for tasks such as graphical processing. The last and not the least is storage optimized, which is designed to execute special tasks that requires huge amount of storage, specifically with sequential read write like log processing. All right. So that was all about the instance type in AWS. I hope you have learned a lot about this video. You will get the resource link which I have used for making these notes, and this is the official documentation I have been referring to. So all the instance type has been taken from the AWS website. All right, so that's why I mentioned earlier in general purpose instance it used to be three sort of instance type, that is A, T, and M. But as of now we have M and T series present. So if you want to learn in depth, you can go to this specific website and you can just click on the instance type. You will get how many gigahertz it contains, what are the memory, so memory it does provide, how many CPU, and what are the instance storage, what is the network bandwidth, what is the EBS bandwidth. You won't get EBS. EBS is basically elastic block storage, which we are going to see in the upcoming forthcoming videos. All right. So you can even see the use cases which are already present over here, right? So I hope that was all for this video and see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye bye.